Hello, this is Matthew Robert Payne. For those who are used to watching me, hi. Special love going out to Anita. Special love going out to Anita's husband. Special love going out to Amber. Very special love going out to Amber. I'm sure she'll watch this too. Anita was impressed with your 30 points that I like about you. So I told her I'll do one for her. And so this is it. And let's let John introduce this, seeing as John introduced yours, Amber. So John says, Anita, I want you to know that it's really rare these days. It's really rare to find someone who can see you, understand you, and love you for who you are. So many people in this modern world have conditions on their love and have reasons why they love people, and they seem to have an agenda. They seem to love for their own reasons. And Matthew just has been used all his life by people, and I really want to give you some encouragement to know that you really are very special to him, and it's hoped that one day, if Matthew and Amber gets married, it's hoped that you could be one of Amber's bride of honours and even give a speech at the wedding, because you're so special to Matthew. You're very important. Like he says, he hasn't got any girlfriends, and you really are a special person to him. And when you meet Matthew face to face for coffee one day, I'll come out of his voice and have a conversation with you. You can ask me any questions. I really love you, Anita, for your love that you have for Matthew. So hand it back to Matthew, and he'll start with point one. You're right, I didn't cough when John was speaking. So number one, Billy Joel wrote a point about this, and I'm in a sort of good mood, and so I'll sing it. But point number one is very honest. I love your honesty, Anita. And Billy Joel sang a song, honesty is such a lonely word. Everyone is so untrue. Honesty is hardly ever heard, but mostly what I want from you. It's a small world, and it's a hard world, it's a harsh world, and people who are honest really stand out. They may not have as many friends. People tend to think if you're honest, you'll tell other people their business, so they don't really open up and become friendly sometimes. But I really love your honesty, Anita. Flowing out of honesty, honesty is like a grounding, foundational principle for integrity. And you've got integrity, Anita. You say that one day you'll have meet Matthew for coffee, me for coffee, maybe John was still speaking. You say that one day you'll meet me for coffee, and that you always love speaking to me, and you're just true to your word. You're really honest, and you're really true to your word, and that's rare today. Today, people only say things and make promises, but they break promises all the time. But I doubt very often that you break promises. I think that you're a person of your word, and you keep your word as much as you can. Number three, what I really love about you is you're genuine. I love the word, the fact that you can use the F word. with me. Someone who really cared about what people thought, mightn't use the F word, and but you're really genuine in tonight's conversation when you used the F word. It was really impressive, and it really impressed me. I don't think that you wear any faces. I think people experience who you really are from who you really are. And you said that you used to be an escort for 4 years, and would have been wonderful to be your client one time. It would have been wonderful to be able to have you for a few hours and chat to you and get to know you. So your husband is very fortunate. He's a very lucky man, and I really love the fact that you're really genuine. I love that. Number 4, you're very loyal. If I was no good for Amber, if you thought that I was a threat, I was too old, or I had bad habits, or there was something wrong with me, you'd warn me off and you'd tell Amber, Matthew's not the one for you. But just in that, you're loyal with me, you're kind with me, and you're honest with me when it comes to things about Amber, and I'm sure you're loyal with her, and you know, you're her favourite person, you know, like she's got a day off and she's contacting you, you know, and so I think that you're that way with everyone you love, that you're loyal. And sometimes people leave our lives, but even people who've left your life, you still pray for, you still think about, and you send good thoughts towards them. And you're a person who doesn't like losing friends or people losing touch, but you're very loyal. You still think about people that have walked out of your life. Number 5, you're very confident. I haven't seen your picture, and I don't know what you look like, but you give off this real air of confidence, total opposite to women's lib, total opposite to women's liberation. Women have spoiled it for themselves, trying to be as powerful as men and trying to take on the man role. There's no way. You're a true intimate lady. You're a true lady, and you're very confident in who you are as a lady, your sexuality. You're talking about sex, talking about prostitution, talking about escorting, talking about anything. You're confident. You're very confident in your knowledge. Not a boaster, not someone who overplays things or embellishes stories or makes things up, but very confident in who you are and confident in what you have to say. Number 6, what I love about you is your bubbly personality. Even in the midst of being sick, even when you're sick, you're just like dropping. I don't drop drugs, but I can imagine you're like a tab of ecstasy. Like talking to you is just an upper, and you just got like bubbly like champagne. People, I don't know, I can't drink bubbly wine or whatever. If I have a drink, it's a Coke or a soda or something. But bubbly wine is crazy to me. But people like it, and you're bubbly. You put the bubble in wine, and you've got this effervescent personality. That's the word I was looking for, and it's contagious. It makes everybody happy. The phone wasn't hearing very well today, and your voice wasn't coming forward. But just hearing your voice is beautiful, and I really hope that your husband's really encouraged by watching this message, seeing all these things that he knows all so well. And hello, husband, seeing all these things that he knows so well and he's come to love. Number 7, what I love about you is you're an encourager. You encourage me to go hard and do everything I can to pursue Amber. You encourage me in my suggestions of what I'm going to say and what I'm going to say to her, and what do you suggest about this and this and this. And you encourage me, yes, that would, no, that wouldn't. and you're a real encourager. And I envisage that you're like that with all the girls that work in the escort agency, that you bring out the best in them. You tell them, I'd imagine you tell them what looks good on them, what works best with them, what parts to shine, what parts to pull back. And in that way, I feel that they would perform really well under your tutelage. There's another good word. So what I love is you really encourage me. You know, and it's because you're honest and you're genuine. I don't feel I've been played so many times by people. So many people have let me down and used and abused me, but you're not using, abusing me. And honestly, if you didn't feel that I had any chance with Amber in a romantic way, I know you'd honestly tell me and say, no, she's not really into you, Matthew. And you would tell me. But you're such an encourager in so many different dimensions, and I love that about you. Number 8, I feel that you make a good life coach. I feel that you're a good coach. It's not only encouragement coming forth, but wisdom and knowledge and understanding of things. And you would continue to help people become the best. I could see you starting a website, and me even starting a website, offering life coaching and coaching for people. And I could see you even operating well as a coach. I think Amber's going to be a good coach too. I think many of you girls could be good coaches, and could be a sideline business where they could do life coaching. So I sense that you've got that talent in you, that you'd be a very good person at seeing a person's dreams, a person's wishes, a person's desires, what the person is currently doing, and guide them into what they're meant to be doing and help them. Number 9, what I love about you is you're a true romantic. You know how much I'm falling in love with Amber, and you just listen to what I say about her and what I want to do and how I feel, and you're just caught up in the romance of it. So you're so sweet, Matthew. That's so sweet to hear. And me saying that I don't mind if Amber keeps on working for 2 years or whatever, that she can work as long as she wants to work until she's ready to come away and be with me. And I'm quite happy to wait until she's ready. And I'm quite happy for her to do what she's doing, because she's making a lot of people happy. And for you to be able to say that's what my husband did. He waited for me too. And it's such a romantic giving up that sort of information and stepping me through everything that I talk about and rehearsing what I'm going to say to Amber. And you're just such a romantic. I can just see you in a nice peach, I think peach dress at our wedding. You know, I can just see you looking really pretty and standing there so proud next to Amber. And wouldn't Amber make a really pretty wife? And I can just see you standing there. You're romantic, ordering the video of the wedding, ordering everything of the wedding. And just remember, I put those two together. I was the one that got it together. And so I can see you doing that. Number 10, you're really spiritual. I admire that about you. You're not so much Christian, but I don't really blame you for that. There's not many good examples of a good Christian out there. But I love the fact that you're spiritual. I think you could even, well, I feel you're more spiritual than Amber is at the moment. I haven't talked a lot of spiritual things, although Amber did see Mary Magdalene and John and Michael Jackson straight away, so that was pretty amazing. I like the fact that, I really like the fact that you're spiritual, that I can talk about spiritual things with you, and you've got a grid. You've got an understanding of that. I love the fact that you asked Michael the Archangel to look after Amber, and she came out here and came back with 2 books on angels, and I thought that was pretty amazing. Amber thought that was amazing too. Now we're on to the second lot of 10, see? There's the first lot of 10, the second lot of 10 are here. So I like the fact, number 11, I like the fact that you're deep. You can talk surface stuff. You're very good at talking surface stuff, and much of your conversations with men would be, yes, she's got nice breasts. Yes, she's a good kisser. Yes, she performs oral sex. Whatever, whatever questions they ask. But besides that surface stuff, you can dive down really deep, and we've had some really good conversations and really interesting conversations because I'm really deep. I flow really, really deep. If you look here, I had this commission for me, and now here's the deep water. And you start here as a Christian, start here, walking the shallows, and then you get knee deep here, and you get out here, and it's above your head, and that's where I flow. I'm totally above my head in the spiritual realm, and so I'm really deep, and me and Jesus, we talk about things, and we're really deep, and really love deep people, and as well I love you, Anita, and I do love you, Anita. You can even show your husband this. It's okay for a male to love another female in a platonic way, and there's no way I'd cross another husband's wife. But so proud if you show this to your husband. So proud that you waited for Anita. What a beautiful love story that is. And I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy with you. And you're such a beautiful guy to romance and wait for Anita while she was in that game. I think that's just the best expression of love I've ever heard. Number 12, you're reflective. You just don't face situations and go through situations and go through one day, the next day. You reflect. You really reflect on things. You're very reflective, and it's like you chew on conversations and you chew over them, and you get the depth out of them. You get the wisdom out of them. You get the understanding out of them. Why did he say that? Why did he say that? It's not as though some girls, some women, some men are really sensitive and they're always picking up double meanings on what people say. I don't have double meanings in what I say, but so some people are really sensitive and take things the wrong way. I don't mean that way reflective. I mean, she said this about you, that she's very excited to see those videos, and she told me about them. She's very excited. That's reflective. Just say, hey, Matthew, Amber really did enjoy those videos. She told me about them and she was very excited. That's reflective. Getting the sustenance, getting the real meat out of something. And that's what someone who's really intelligent would do. Number 13, you're very outgoing. I could see you as the pretty woman with a date, walking through a room with a businessman, and him introducing you as his date, and you saying, so what do you do, and how are you, and how many children have you got, and is this your wife you're with here, or an escort herself? You wouldn't embarrass someone, but very outgoing. I can imagine meeting you, this effervescent, bubbly personality, and this multifaceted diamond that you are, that you're very outgoing, very, what do they call it? I forget the word, but I love that you're outgoing. Number 14, very friendly. You're very friendly to me. I repeat, haven't had many friends in my life, and certainly not girlfriends and girls that are friends, and you're a really dear friend to me. You really make me happy. If I didn't end up in a relationship with Amber, it would still be worthwhile just knowing you. Just knowing you is so special. It's so I don't think you understand how lonely I've been in my life, and you may understand, but not many people understand how it fills my heart with joy to have you as my life. And actually probably speak to you longer than I speak to Amber, and you're really special to me. And once again, I'm very open and honest with Amber, but you still hold things back with someone that you love because you're scared if they know all the truth. And I'm trying to be open, really open with Amber, but I think I'm a whole lot more open with you. So she should ply you for all the details about Matthew. Okay, number 15. Only really concerned about important things. So you can talk on the surface, and you can talk on the surface, sort of surface things all day. But the things you're really concerned about are the deep things. And you like to dive deep with people. And I certainly like to dive deep with you. Yeah, so so I do say you're only concerned about important things and deep things, but you are concerned about the surface stuff because that matters to people. So I'm sort of wrong about that, but you do like to talk about important things. And number 16, can talk surface and deep. So yeah, I've explained that, but it's a separate point. So you can talk on the surface stuff really well and be really interesting and really engaging on the surface stuff. And you can talk on the deep things really well. And you can make every person at every level feel good. You can make me feel really good saying, how was your day? How was the movie? How was that? How you been? How's your flu going? How's your sickness going? And then we can start talking deep. And when we go deep, we talk about love, and then we talk about Amber, we talk about spiritual things, talk about John Lennon, how he wasn't loved by people, wasn't understood by people, and how that's so sad. And so that's really good. I like that I can have a chit-chat with you, and then we can dive deep. Number 17, not judgmental of people. You're one of the least judgmental people I've ever met in my life. And that's just a breath of fresh air. Jesus says, I'll just stop this here, and I'll just give you a short message from Jesus. Jesus says, Anita, there's nothing you got to do to go to heaven. There's nothing you got to change. There's nothing. I know that you love me. I know that you respect me. I know that you know that I died for your sins, and you're complete. You're someone who really impresses me. Like John said, I'm really, really happy that you're Matthew's friend. You're very dear to me. Anyone that's dear to Matthew and loves Matthew is really loved by me. And I really inspired him to do this today because we really love you. And John loves you, and I love you. And I died for you. And hopefully, as you get to know Matthew more and more, you may read some more of his books when you get time. And you'll learn more and more about me. But I just want you to know that you and your husband are coming to heaven when you die. And so there's nothing you got to do. And you just keep on being that beautiful person you are. Okay, so Jesus coughed, eh? So that's a surprise. That wasn't in there, verse 1. So you got to hear from two people. Number 18, loves unconditionally. You're different to some people. Well, most people have like this agenda. They've got conditions on their love, and they love you if you do this, if you do this, and you haven't got conditions on your love. You just love. You just not judgmental, and you just love people. And it's just so amazing to me that you like to spend time talking to me. It's just amazing. I'm so happy I rang your escort agency. I'm so happy I picked Amber. I'm so happy that that I got talking to you, and then I was fascinated that I could talk to you for half an hour about how I love Amber and how special she is. And did she say anything? Oh yeah, she said this. And, yeah, is she reading the book? Yeah, well, she's telling me stories out of the book, so she must be reading that. I'm just fascinated, and so you just love unconditionally. You just love people. You understand that everyone's got a journey and everyone's trying their best, and you just love people. And I love that about you. I really love that about you, and Jesus loves that about you. Number 19, you're a true romantic. Did I say that before? I did. I doubled one up. Yeah, I doubled one up. Um, so I will change this. Change something on the fly, and I'll say something else. How's that? That's pretty good for a gift, eh? You're a true maverick. I don't know if you've seen Top Gun, but Maverick was known for breaking formation and doing his own thing. But Maverick, towards the end of the film, played right and did things right. And you're both. You can break. Tradition. You can break best practice. You can break what's meant to be done this way. You can do it a new way. You're total maverick, and you can conform when it makes sense. It's not that you're a rebel. It's just you've got an ability to do things in a better way than they've been done before. And I love that about you. I haven't seen you do that, but I know that you can. Number 20, all those noises as notifications coming in. That's really annoying. And I don't know how to quit them all, so they just make noises on my videos. It's annoying. Number 20, what you see is what you get. So you're not one to wear faces or masks, you know? You don't say things just to impress people. You don't say things that you think will impress people. What people see is what you get. Now, some people that are really hurting, got a lot of wounds, they can be what you see is what you get. And they can be really caustic, really hurting, really honest, but very rude with people. They say, well, what you see is what you get with me if you don't accept me. And so you're not like that, but some people can be like that, but you're not like that. You're just so honest, and you're so, this is me. And that would have made you a tremendous, I really feel that you would have been a lot like Amber as an escort, that people would have met the real you. Number 21, you're a peacemaker. You bring peace to situations. You would be very good at being a professional, not a litigator, but someone who brings peace to two opposing sides. And I feel that you've done this a number of times. When someone hasn't liked someone else or something's happened to one of your friends, you're able to talk your friend around and let them see the other person's perspective, and not take the other person's side, but give insight to a person who's hurting. Maybe this is the reason why they did it. Maybe because you do this all the time and you are a bit demanding. Maybe you got too demanding with them and they snapped. And I haven't snapped with you, but I can understand someone snapping with you. And is that what they did? Yeah, that's what they did. They told me, said, well, I've got a lot of patience with you, but I can see someone doing that. And it's not because they don't like you, it's just you're too demanding sometimes. And you just got this beautiful way with words that's able to mend situations. And I loved it about you. Number 27, 22, you're a lover, not a fighter. Some couples like to have arguments. I don't understand it, but yeah, I had arguments with my former wife. and they really embellish having arguments. They really enjoy it. You're more of a lover, you know. I'm not seeing an image of this, but you're sort of. I can see you tensions building. I can see you going to your bedroom and coming out in some lingerie and saying, "Do you want to have a bath with me, hubby? You know, do you want to have a romantic bath with me?" Just in as tensions were building, you'd set it off through a loving motion, like something like that. And you're a lover, not a fighter, and you'd really do well channeling John Lennon yourself and writing some really good lyrics, because I think that you'd have some really good lyrics that you and John could collaborate with. Number 23, you're intelligent and wise. Now, I'll also say you're understated in this area, and that's what I like most about you in this area. Very intelligent and wisdom. I was told by God 15 years ago, wisdom is the proper application of knowledge. So a lot of knowledge around, there's just not a lot of people applying it. And so you're not only intelligent, but you apply the knowledge that you have. It makes you very wise. And you're very intelligent and very wise. There are two qualities in myself. If you look at my T-shirt company, for instance, so the 40 T-shirts on there are really wise. And I really admire that in myself, and some people admire it. But you're really intelligent, really wise, and I love that about you. Number 24, you're very practical. So you're good with your money, you're good with time, you're good with resources, you're good with management, you're good with everything you do. You're very practical. And information is no good to you unless it's practical. So, you know, tell me how to do it. Don't tell me about it. Tell me how to do it. Tell me the steps. And if you get the steps, you can actually do it better than the person who wrote the book. You can actually become better than the expert with your practicality. And that's what I'd like to see in the future, me, Amber, and you running our own agency. And so you won't be allowed to have your boss watch this. Number 25. 25, this is interesting. Your disciplined friends, you'll say the hard things. So if a friend of yours needs an adjustment in their life, if they need to improve something in their life, they're doing something wrong or destructive or wrong in their life, you'll bring the hard word. You'll say, hey, you got to stop eating that chocolate, right? Your face is going to continue to break out while you're eating chocolate. You need to stop it. You have problems with these pimples, you have problems with this skin, and I've just been watching you eating chocolate all the time. You just need to stop it. And you bring that hard word to one of your girls or to your own children or to a friend or anyone. And that's the mark of a true friend, that their influence in your life can improve you. And you develop friendships so well that you can speak the hard things into people's lives. I really like that about you. 26, you've got business savvy. You're skilled for business. You've got a business mind. You've got a business ability, and you've got business savvy. And I can see you running a business. Like I said, I can see us running an agency one day in the future. So I really like that about you too. That makes a future where we could work together. Number 27, you're a hard worker. You're very diligent, hard worker, and you're a very good employee. And not only employee, but you're a good wife, and you're a responsible hard worker as a wife. You're a hard worker when it comes to friends. You don't just say you love people, you practically apply that. If they need cooking done, the house moved, they need someone to babysit. If they need anything, you'll do anything. And you just a hard worker. You've got a good work ethic, and that makes you really beautiful. Um, Number 28, you're a creative thinker. And while I say 28, I can see you writing. I can see you writing some good things. And I think I even suggested on a phone call once how you could write a book. And I see books in you. And I am really impressed with your creative mind, with this creative talent that you have. And I love creative people, and I love you. And number 29, you're a great communicator, and you know you know how to express yourself. You know how to say something hard. You know how to say something light. You know how to encourage. You know how to direct. You know how to give advice. You know how to tell someone what they said hurt you. You know how to tell someone that you don't want to be talking to them anymore. That you know how to set boundaries. You know how to communicate what you like and what you don't like. And you're a really gifted communicator, and I love that about you. And number 30, 30 really, it's a bit of a workout doing this, This is a bit of a workout. Okay. Number 30, you're on your game all the time. Even when you're talking to me, even though you might think, your boss may think that's slacking off, you're putting a lot of time into a client that's going to be a very regular client. If he started earning $5,000 a week, maybe $2,000 a week might be getting spent on Amber. One day a week, I fully book her out. I'd love to get to a point where I fully book her out. No, I couldn't fully book her out because then she'd have no fun with other clients, So I wouldn't do that to her. But you're on the game all the time. You're on your game all the time. If you can't do it properly, if you can't do it with excellence, if you can't do a good job, or you take the day off. If you're too sick, take the day off. And that's a really good work ethic, and you totally got it together. So I pray that this has really blessed you. I hope that your husband enjoys this. Get his feedback and ask him if he wants one done for himself. And I'll upload this onto Amber's playlist. And you can watch this and show Amber. And she's saying, well, he nailed me too. He got them all right with me too. And God bless you and keep you. Hope to hear your feedback. See you later.